Hello and welcome back for another new moon report. My name is Misty Magdalena Grace. I go by Magdalena for short. If you're just new to my channel, I am a mind, body, spirit alchemist, and I help heal, co-facilitate healing, of course, with people who especially are struggling with grief recovery, addiction recovery, and this whole thing called spiritual awakening that's happening on the planet. A lot of stuff is coming up for people, and especially around the new moon, it can be extra extra dicey because the new moon is actually the time when the sun and the moon are in a total alignment. So it's the darkest phase of the moon. Sometimes they call the 3 days leading up to it the dark moon. Some people say it's the day before, the day of, the day after. I will say this, I am I'm a healing practitioner and a spiritual teacher and a yogi. I am not an astrologer. However, if you aren't new to my channel, you know for the past few years I have had guest astrologers on, and we usually would target the new moon because it's a very, very juicy time to let go of this darkness, whatever shadows have been coming up for you in the past or the 3 days leading up to the new moon is usually what's up for discussion with your higher self and your soul's journey to say, you know what, I want to transmute that. I want to let that shit go. I want to let that addictive behavior go. I want to let that maybe toxic relationship go, whatever the case may be. And it all starts with you. As within, so without. You've probably heard this phrase, as above, so below. So whether you believe in astrology or not, and I will say this, I'm a big, big fan, especially being a woman. And just so you know, ladies, I learned this in my Kundalini teacher training that every 2.5 days, when there's a new phase in the moon, there's a new planet represented. It impacts us because we have a moon cycle where we're more sensitive as females and having that feminine energy. We all have it. We all have feminine and masculine. And I was even talking to one of my spiritual teachers yesterday, even though men don't have a period, they do have a cycle every month, and it's because of the moon. So again, whether you agree with me or not, you know that this is a very potent time on the planet. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of external things. So anything that's external that's triggering you, bringing up an addiction, bringing up a pain and a suffering moment, tears, shadowy emotions, jealousy, betrayal, any of that kind of stuff, it's coming up for you by your higher self on this soul's journey to help transmute it. That's why I call myself a mind, body, spirit alchemist. The alchemy, you can't get rid of emotions or shove them down. Trust me, I've tried, and it usually cause more pain and suffering, can cause addictions, can cause numbing behaviors, all of these things, or spiritual bypass. There's a lot of conversation about people who are spiritually bypassing, staying in the top chakras, but not the lower three. In the lower three, below the diaphragm, the root, the sacral, and solar plexus, that's where we carry most of those lower vibrational energies, and they serve a purpose. They do. It's just we don't want to keep them stuck there, and we don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So therefore, we've got to alchemize. And so I love doing a new moon report. I don't do a full moon report. This is a monthly exercise and a new thing that I just started here in 2024. And this is our last new moon of 2024 as we head into 2025. And just some kind of fun things. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to share exactly what this new moon is about and how you can leverage it for setting new intentions. It's a perfect time because guess what? New Year's Day is right around the corner. So we're going to set some intentions. I'm going to do a runes reading. I did not do that last month. That's a new download that I received from my divine guidance. I'll talk about the runes later. I'm also going to, not on the live, but I am going to put in the YouTube comments below a witchy spell, a new moon spell ritual that I think is so timely, so beautiful. I'm going to do it. Invite you, if you get into these kinds of things, to do it as well. And then I'm going to close with a mantra, a healing mantra of the month. Just a short version of it to help you go inward, to sit with your intention and allow you to just receive some alchemy, some healing with the sound of my voice. And of course, you're welcome to sing it along as well. So this is cool this month, although not here in the Pacific Standard Time Zone. I do find that interesting. We have a rare black moon. So depending on where you are in the world, we also had a new moon on December 1st. And here we are, December 30th. Now, if you're in San Diego like me, it fell before midnight on November 30th. So it's not a black moon, but what that means is just like a blue moon is 2 full moons in a calendar month. This is a black moon, so a second new moon in a calendar of month. So nothing else to share about that other than it's unique. It does also make it really even more potent and powerful that, we're heading into the new year. So you got to not only set some new intentions for the month of December, and now we're setting new intentions right before the new year, right before January 1st. So the new moon is going to be at December 30th, so Monday, December 30th, 5:27 Eastern time. So that's PM, 5:27 PM. So it'll be roughly around 2:30 PM Pacific time. So you can write your new moon intentions. If you get this, if you're on my email list or on my YouTube channel, you'll get this pretty much right away after I produce it. And then there's also, the day after. So different astrologers say different things. I study with Jaidev, so I look at all of the astrologies. I look at the Vedic astrology. I'm looking at the Western tropical sidereal zodiac with, she calls herself the lunatic Lori Lothian, and then I also follow Heather Ensworth. And so I take a little bit from them, all three. Then I go into my own internal knowledge as someone who's created the Healthy and Wealthy and Wise Academy. I've coached 20,000 people over the past 24 years. I have studied the moon cycles and done a lot of new moon intention ceremonies and healing practices with clients for the past 2.5 years. So this is a really important time for me, and I'm really excited to be able to share with you for you to look ahead and how to take these energies, and especially the next 2 weeks to 6 months, how these energies of this Capricorn new moon can influence you. Okay, so it's a new moon in Capricorn. Again, December 30th at 5:27 PM Eastern time. And I'm not going to go over any individual signs. Again, I'm not an astrologer. However, what I love to do at this time is to be able to look at the energy of this particular new moon in Capricorn and say, how does this apply to me? As within, so without, as above, so below. So this isn't about being a psychic. This isn't about, a forecast. It's just knowing. The more you know, the better you can do in life, right? That's my philosophy. And so I set some really juicy new moon intentions in June as an example, and oh my gosh, all the way through December, I was riding the waves of those intentions. So if you look at your life now, I'm just going to say what this means, and then I want you to set an intention. You may want to grab a candle, light some incense. I forgot to mention that earlier, but definitely at the very least, have a pen and paper. And what I want you to do is write some of these things down, and then I'll give you some silence, and you can set an intention, at least an initial one. And if you're on the replay, you could just pause and take a few moments as well. That would be my recommendation. Don't rush this. Take some time. Actually, I would encourage you to take maybe an hour if you have that available to you to really sit with this intention. So the new moon in Capricorn, my father was a Capricorn. So, and some of my best friends and mentors, Paramhansa Yogananda, Capricorn, so there's a lot of famous people and teachers who had this Capricorn energy. So the positive aspects of Capricorn is structure, clarity. It is more of a masculine energy from the standpoint of goal setting, taking action, creativity, creating a business plan. Why do you think people create business plans in the new year, right? And that's a quick reminder, if you don't have one, I'm having 2 more Vision 2025 clinics, workshops, just $25 to help you thrive in 2025. We'll write down your vision, we'll write down some goals. Again, this is a great time to do this, so I'm even leading by example, you know, I'm refining my vision and my goals on this new moon. My 2 classes coming up are January 2nd and January 10th. So we'll definitely be taking advantage of the next 2 weeks and the Capricorn energies. So Capricorn is about clarity, again, structure, time management. When you think about structure, how do you go about your day? Do you plan? You know, there's an old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So having structure and accountability, some people don't like those words. Some people would think that those are negative words, but those, having been a personal trainer and an athlete and a business owner for 24 years, I can tell you these are very, very healthy, positive, healthy, healed masculine words. So taking action, purpose, it's also about setting boundaries. So protecting your time. How do you want to maybe better protect your time in the next 2 weeks to 6 months or this year ahead for 2025? It's also a great time for discernment. And discernment sometimes also can get a bad rap, but it's just helping you go within and get clarity so you can make good decisions for your day, how to spend your time, how to spend your money, how to take care of yourself, these New Year's goals, business planning. Again, it's all Capricorn. Now there's some shadow aspects of it. And if you're operating from trauma or grief or any kind of central nervous system deregulation, that's why you might view accountability as a bad thing, or structure as a bad thing. And I'm here to tell you it's not. It's there to protect you. Sometimes from yourself, you know, if you self-sabotage and say, I don't want to do that today, and you procrastinate, you know, that's the opposite of the healthy masculine and the healthy Capricorn. So do you tend to be stubborn and just say, you know, screw it? That would be a shadow of Capricorn. Being judgmental of yourself or others, that is also a shadow aspect of Capricorn. So I share that as a shadow work coach and specialist to be aware of those things, because those things can actually come up. I've even had that come up in the past couple of days in, you know, getting ready for this new moon. So just really want to sit with, what is that intention? How do you want to leverage Capricorn? Again, think structure, time management, boundaries, clarity, writing down your vision, having, you know, maybe better boundaries with yourself and others. Maybe, you know, it is a new year, new you. Do you want to have better boundaries with alcohol or smoking or whatever? Insert unhealthy habit here. Not that I judge these things, because trust me, I've had one hell of a journey with alcohol and emotional eating, and sugar addiction, caffeine, all of these things. It's just, if it causes too much pain and suffering, then that's where, you know, the shadow aspects are taking over, and you're not even able to leverage the beautiful, magical, powerful gifts that this new moon can provide for you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I want you to write down a new moon intention. I'm going to give you a couple, maybe just a few moments, not too long, and if you want to, just hit the pause button and take a moment and journal about what is it that you want to intend for January and really the next 2 weeks to 6 months in your life around structure, vision, clarity, action, living out your purpose. So go ahead, take a deep breath in. Let's actually close your eyes. And before taking a deep breath in, making sure your feet are firmly planted. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Another deep inhale. And exhale. And I'll give you a few moments of silence, or you can hit the pause button. What is it that you want to intend, imagine, and create with this new moon in Capricorn? All right, hopefully you're back. Maybe you hit the pause button If you're listening to this in real time, hopefully you were able to write something down. Otherwise, go ahead and hit the pause button, take some more time, and or maybe this rune card that I pull will help give you some more clarity as well. This is a collective reading. This is my energy and my divine guidance tapping into the wisdom of the runes. These are ancient symbols. They have been around before tarot. Again, they're not about forecasting, as they're just here to give you, like the new moon, energies of the day. So I'm going to tap into the energies of these beautiful symbols. I'll show you what the symbol is, and I'll explain also just an additional report what to look for. Runes are something I work with every day, just checking in on the energies, the wisdom from my ancestors, the wisdom from these ancient technology wisdom keepers. Aha, wonderful. Which this is fantastic because this is Wunyo. And Wunyo, it's a great thing to think about because it's all about joy. So what this is talking about, though, specifically, is not just joy in general. It's about relationships, happiness, success, and winning, which is exactly what this new moon in Capricorn symbolizes. You know, new moon, new year, new month, new opportunities. I'm not even going to talk about New Year's resolutions because, again, we know that those don't work. This is why we keep coming back to the new moon report, because every month there's going to be new energies and new opportunities to play with and to dance with. So this is also, you know, about relationships and harmony. So if this helps you, do you want to let go of any toxic relationships from 2024, and maybe one of your intentions is to create healthy, whole, mutually beneficial, authentic relationships, which is absolutely, definitely one thing that I'm going to be working on. So Wunyo is the rune of the month, and that's super exciting. So one more thing I'll share with you before we want to meditate on the intention with the mantra. I will be putting in inside of the notes below. This is the Witch's Spell a Day Almanac. I love it. The spells in here are simple. And I would say they're safe. Just a PSA for anyone. If you don't believe this, I believe that we all have an inner healer, an inner witch, whatever you want to call it. And when we say affirmations, our words are powerful. Our voice is very, very powerful. And then when we take action on it, things happen. Nothing happens without action. And even choosing not to act is an action. So I just want to reiterate that. Capricorn is very structured, very action-oriented. That's why everyone sets all their goals, at the new year. Again, I won't go into the cons of that. But if you like to consider ritual, if you like to consider speaking and doing something, that is a ritual, a spell, whatever you want to call it, okay? That inner healer, that inner manifester, as within, so without. And you're connecting with the energies of this new moon. So I'll put the spell, super short, super sweet, in the comments below. So now what we're going to do, simply I'll be singing a mantra. It's Adgre Name. It is a protection mantra. So really quickly, what the words mean, if you don't know Sanskrit, which I didn't about 4 years ago, it means I bow to the original wisdom. I bow to the wisdom that endures through all times. I bow to true wisdom. I bow to the supreme unobservable wisdom. And it also is a protection prayer. So as you do this, as you either sing it or simply listen and receive, I'm going to go for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, give or take. I do a separate longer video every month as well, so that'll come out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably on the full moon actually. This is putting protection front, right, back, left, and just like imagining you're sending a beautiful protective light around you, like a bubble of pure source light energy. You can visualize that, and holding your intention in your heart, just simply receive the words that I'm going to be singing. And then you have the opportunity to receive healing. This is amazing by chanting mantras or even listening to them. You can bring yourself back into balance. And that's what you want. That's what you want for mantras, and intentions work really well together. They alchemize any of the limiting beliefs or I don't really know if I believe in this or not. That helps dissipate that and calms your central nervous system and helps raise your vibrational frequency so you can be more intentional about receiving your request. So if you want to, you can lie down, stay seated, whatever makes sense for you. What I'm going to have you do is go ahead, and I would like you to take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's do one more. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And if you've already written out your intention, like I intend to create healthy relationships, or I intend to create better finances, or I intend to create a budget and have more structure to how I receive, save, and spend my money, whatever that is for you, I really want you to speak it out loud or hold it in your heart as I sing this mantra for you and as you feel called, because I'll sing it a few times through. You can join me, and as you sing it, really hold that mantra inside your heart. Okay? And I'll also put the words to this mantra in the notes. Relaxing where you are, whether you're lying down, seated. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale together. Go ahead and inhale, count to 4. And exhale. Taking a moment to imagine, visualize, intend your intention fully accessed, fully completed, fully realized. And in this moment, in this very moment, being able to visualize seeing an action that you're going to take that fulfills, takes a step in that direction of fulfilling this sacred intention, this dream, this goal, this affirmation for a better life, for your best health, your best wealth, your best relationships, whatever it is that you want, with the help of this Capricorn new moon energy. As I close, I just encourage you to take a few moments of silence after you complete this video and simply go inward, do some journaling, take some time, maybe go outside and connect with the earth and Pachamama. Do this spell. If you get the opportunity to do it on the 30th, fantastic. If not, the 31st is okay too. And just really go all in your belief of yourself, leveraging this Capricorn structure, action-oriented, expansive energy of the new moon. May all your hopes and dreams come true. May you continue to walk the path of the shadow into the light and transmute that all that you deserve into more love, light, peace, and abundance. Namaste.